All three impeachment complaints filed against President Aquino hurdled the first phase of proceedings in the lower house. They were declared sufficient in form by the House Justice Committee. The panel will meet again next week to determine if these complaints are sufficient in substance. Freddy Abando reports.
Procedural matters triggered fireworks before the House Justice Committee, chaired by Congressman Neil Tupas, ruled on the sufficiency of form on three impeachment complaints filed against President Aquino.
The impeachment is, the hearing is very intense, and the proceeding is very fair. There were instances where we had to outvote our colleagues in the majority, and that is to show fairness of the committee.
First issue was raised by Congressman Rodolfo Fariñas, who raised the question if the sponsors of the first complaint, composed of the Makabayan bloc, should amend their endorsements to reflect changes that were made after it was filed before the House Secretary General. The complainants were allowed to correct their endorsement letters since the discrepancy in the names and their organizations could have rendered a non-existent complaint. Tupas ruled in the spirit of liberality to allow the corrections.
This is only a matter of form. And dito sa Committee on Justice, we are in the interest of justice. So may I move that they be allowed to correct their endorsements because you are endorsing a non-existing complaint.
Huwag i-dismiss as a form or sa substance ang impeachment complaint kasi we have no right to lawyer for the respondent.
The most serious issue was raised by Congressman Rufus Rodriguez. Rodriguez urged the committee to dismiss the second complaint since the complainants, youth leaders, did not pass through the proper verification process due to the lack of sufficient identification to go with the complaint. The endorsers of the complaint refuted Rodriguez. So did Deputy Speaker George D. Agabao.
There is none whatsoever. There is none. There is no jurat and verification that the one giving the oath had competently identified the complainants.
There may have been deficiencies in the verification. No? I think everybody agrees, or at least many agree that there may have been deficiencies in the verification. But let us go to first principles. The consistent ruling has been that defects in verification is only formal. Defects in verification is not jurisdictional. Defects in verification is not fatal. In fact, courts do not dismiss complaints because of defects in verification. The parties are told to correct or to cure.
The three complaints, two for culpable violations of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, graft, and corruption in connection with the implementation of the Disbursement Acceleration Program, which was declared unconstitutional. The third complaint is based on the signing of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement between the United States and the Philippines. The vote for complaint 1, 53 for sufficiency and form, 1 against, and 1 abstained. For complaint number 2, 42 voted for sufficiency in form, 7 against, 4 abstained. No one objected to the third complaint. Next week, the committee will vote on the sufficiency in substance. Deputy Speaker Agabao said all three complaints are bound to be dismissed not only for the lack of substance, but due to the fact that all three cases are still pending for resolution before the Supreme Court. The motion for reconsideration for the DAP and a pending case on EDCA's constitutionality. For the People's Television Network, this is Freddy Abando reporting.